and Ted make it to the station. Gary's feet has frostbite extremely bad, so he ends up taking his shoes off, wraps Gary in a blanket, feeds him a little bit, and he's like, hey, I'm going to go find help. You stay here. Gary ends up leaving to go find help. The other 3 men that are in the car get carbon monoxide poisoning, freak out. They all run out of the vehicle in different directions. They end up dying from hypothermia. The animals pick up their pieces and eat them. That's why what's-his-face's skull is found 100 yards away from his body. Gary either died in the woods on his way to go get help, or his family helped cover up what happened, and they hit him. So that's my belief.
Damn.
What about you? What's yours?
I like half of that. I don't know why, but I keep thinking that... such a bad thought, though. So, the way Ted was wrapped up, it, like you said, pretty much like a burrito. He was not able to move out of that. And his feet were frostbitten, so his feet were exposed out of the blankets. And I'm guessing his head was as well. So, he might have got, I wouldn't say he got injured, but maybe he was like really weak. So, whoever was in the station, we can only assume was Gary, since the shoes were there and the cans were open, that Gary did wrap him up, try to get him warm, but seeing that, he probably wasn't going to make it, I don't think Gary fed Ted at all. I think Gary left him there to starve. Gary ate as much as he could and then left him. Because Ted was there for 8 to 12, 8 to 13 weeks.
Damn, Gary was like, fuck you, Ted.
Yeah, and
damn, that's horrible.
His body weight, he was half of what he weighed.
Yeah, I heard something like he lost 100 pounds.
Yeah, he was like 90 something pounds when they found him.
Damn.
So he was there for a while starving.
That's a bad way to go, man.
Yeah. So he suffered, which is really sad. But that only makes me think that Gary left him behind. Now, he could have just escaped, or he was actually going to go try to find help, but, I don't know.
He didn't make it. I personally want to somehow find the station that they were found in, and then do like a 300 or 500 mile out, kind of like web search map out bones or bodies found in a 500 mile radius of that station, and see if they can be linked back to Gary.
I wonder if they've done that or not. I mean, they probably haven't. They probably just said he's missing, whatever. Just like a cold case on Charlie Project, which this event is on there.
Yeah. Damn. All right. Hey, I want all you Patreon members. Let's solve this shit. Actually, you can do whatever you want. I don't want to tell you what to do. But if you want to, that'd be cool.
Let's find Gary.
Yeah.
Find out the truth.
All right. Well, you have anything else you want to add to this story? I mean, you pretty much dove deep into it and covered everything there is about it. I don't think you've missed a single part of information in it.
Yeah, I don't think there's really anything else that would help with the mystery of it, anything really needing to be said.
Yeah. It's a strange story, and it's sad. I feel bad for the families.
Hey, this is the Americans Dyatlov Pass incident.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the end of the episode. And I guess we transition over to free talk. So how's your weekend, Dan? Was it good? You have a good Easter?
It was pretty good. Honestly, I relaxed at home. I didn't go anywhere.
Does your family celebrate Easter?
They do.
Oh, okay.
But everyone kind of decided to do their own thing. So me and my mom did our own thing. We just stayed home, relaxed, had a nice dinner and stuff.
Nice.
Yeah. So it wasn't, we got a bunch of pictures on what, everyone's kids did and everything. So it was nice.
That's good. Always spending time with family is good.
Yeah.
My family was like, hey, since you're back in Texas, you want to come over and partake in the egg hunt? So my family does a children's egg hunt, and then they do an adult egg hunt. And if you want to partake in the adult egg hunt, you can bring beers, like a 6-pack of beers, and then they gather them all up, and then they go hide all the beers out in the field. And then you go out there with an empty 12-pack in your hand, an empty 12-pack box, and you go out there and you fill it up with your beers that you find. And then the kids, of course, have the regular egg hunts. And I was like, I may stop by say hi, but I don't drink, so I'm not going to participate in the adult, egg hunt.
You should have showed up with some Yoo-hoo.
I should have. But then what the hell was I going to do with all the beers that I got? I'm not going to drink them. Just give them away,
You would trade them. Hey, I see you got a Yoo-hoo there. Give me 2 Yoo-hoos for 1 beer.
So yeah, my family was like, hey, can you stop and get some eggs? We need some plastic eggs.
Oh.
So
are we getting to the conspiracy?
Oh yeah, I'm getting into the conspiracy of this. So I ended up going to H-E-B. They had no plastic eggs. I went to 3 different Walmarts. They had no plastic eggs. I ended up going to, every single store I could think of, I went to, and they didn't have any plastic eggs. They were all sold out. I ended up even going to the Dollar General and Dollar Tree. And when I walked in, I said, hey, do you guys have any plastic eggs? And this was around like 4 o'clock. She was like, it's funny you mentioned that. Around 1 o'clock, which was around 3 hours ago, we had 12 boxes of them. Some guy came inside here and purchased all 12 boxes. I was like, God damn, who the hell needs 12 boxes of plastic eggs? So I went to like the Dollar Tree, Dollar General, whichever one, dollar store, one of those that was right next to that one. I went inside there and I said, hey, you guys got any plastic eggs? They said, we did. A couple hours ago, guy came in, bought us all out. I'm like, what the hell is going on? So somebody in Waco was going around and buying all of the plastic eggs and hoarding them.
That's so weird.
Not really a conspiracy, but it's weird, huh?
That is kind of weird.
I guess somebody was like, fuck your kids, it's Easter. We don't give a shit about these kids and their Easter egg hunts.
Yeah, I guess someone that just hated Easter.
Well, you know what? Good for them. So yeah, kind of sucked, but oh well. Didn't find any Easter eggs, not a big deal. You don't even really need them. You just throw candy out in the field.
Yeah.
So go find the candy, kids. But yeah, my Easter was okay. Just hung out with family and ate some food and did some research and reading and assisted in the merchandise drop, which that was pretty successful. And now we're just doing some restock of merchandise and getting ready for the next drop.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's about it.
We're already thinking of new designs.
Oh yeah. Let's see. I did have a story that I wanted to share, but I can't remember it now. I actually need to write down the stuff as I remember it during the week so I can tell it. Because I'm really bad at forgetting things.
Yeah, you usually jot it down on the document when you think of it, but at the time you weren't on the document. So.
Yeah. Anyways. All right. Well, I hope everybody had a great Easter. I hope it was fun. I hope you got to spend time with your families. I hope everyone's doing good. I want to thank you for joining us today. And again, thank you for your support. You are amazing, every single one of you. So with that being said, Dan, you want to roll us out?
Sure will. It's okay to be out of this world with your thoughts.
Because you are not alone.
Theories
of the third kind.
Welcome. First off, I want to say thank you to whomever you are listening for opening your minds to receive extra knowledge nuggets each week. It means a lot to all of us, and I want you to know that. Also, before we start, since you are a Patreon subscriber, remember that you get priority in topic suggestions.
So feel free to shoot those suggestions on over to us, either by email, Instagram, Facebook, Discord direct message, or you can write us a letter and send it to our P.O. box. And we love getting those letters. All right. So today's episode is a Theories Thursday. Now, since you're a Patreon member, you ought to know what a Theories Thursday is, right? I mean, you've been around for a while, you know what it is. In case you don't, for some odd reason, okay? In case you don't know what it is, it's basically where me and Dan, we each select a theory for the week. We don't tell each other about that theory. We do our own research on it. And then during the recording is when we tell one another about what our theory is that we chose. That's what a Theories Thursday is in a nutshell. We just have to figure out who goes first.
Yeah, always the issue.
Well,
do we do the randomizer?
Yeah. We'll do randomizer. You want me to do it or you to do it? Doesn't matter to me. Either I can do it or you can do it.
You do it.
I do it? Okay. Let's see. Random.org. Okay. Aaron. Dan. Okay. Now give me a number between 1 and 10.
8.
Now give me a number between 1 and 8.
4.
8 minus 4 is
4.
We are randomizing it 4 times. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Dan goes first and I go second.
Yay.
So that's how it is today. Dan and then Aaron. All right. So for your Theories Thursday topic, Dan, what are you going to cover?
I am going to cover European bog bodies.
What?
That's right.
Bog as in B-O-G?
As in B-O-G.
Bodies?
That's correct.
Like B-O-D-I-E-S?
Yes.
Oh, that's weird. Okay, I've never heard of this before.
It's something I came across and it was kind of interesting to read about.
Okay, well, let's hear it.
All right. So, where to start? You know how the Aztecs used to sacrifice people, for their gods and stuff?
Yep, how they used to chop their heads off and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So during the Iron Age of the medieval times, like way, way back, in Northern Europe, they used to do the same thing, kind of, sacrifice people to the nature gods. And this happened in like Europe and Scandinavia. And it was just as gruesome as the Aztecs were with their sacrifices. It's kind of like a cult. Northern Europe is what they called them. They didn't really have a name, but what they would do for their sacrifices, they would at least give them a last meal before they sacrificed them.
Oh, so kind of like the Last Supper.
Exactly.
All right.
So that was like the only good thing about it. But it's funny how they actually know about their last meal. Is that these bodies that were found in the bogs, or we just say swamps, were so well preserved. When I say well preserved, they were pretty much mummified, but not like how they were in Egypt where the bodies were prepared and all that stuff to be mummified. The bog itself naturally mummified the bodies.
So some researchers came along and cut open the stomachs of these bodies and were like, yeah, they had potatoes and bread for the Last Supper.
I mean, technically, yes. They found the bodies, they cut open the stomachs, and it wasn't potatoes and bread, but it was grains and stuff like that. I mean, nothing fancy. Well, one of them did say it was like cake.
No. Okay.
I don't know how they would know that exactly, but whatever. So during the Iron Age and medieval times, these cult members believed that by using multiple methods of execution, they would satisfy multiple gods. Their motto, greater the pain, greater the gain.
Sounds like something you would see in a gym, like hanging up on the wall.
That's exactly what I thought at first. I was just like, isn't that like some gym motto? But no, that was like their motto for it. And how like you're pumping weights, you think in the gym, yeah, greater the pain. Well, their definition of pain was actually harming people. So their victims were strangled and stabbed, had their nipples cut off, were beaten so badly that their ribs were cracked in multiple places. And of course, like I said, their motto was greater the pain, greater the gain. They would hit their victims over the head with axes, and then to finish them off, they would submerge the sacrifices into the nearby bogs, where their souls and bodies would spend eternity.
Wait, were these people that were sacrificed, were they voluntary sacrifices? Like, did they go up and say, hey, cut my nipples off, inflict as much pain as you want to me, I want to be the sacrifice, and then throw me in that bog for eternity? Or were they, like, captured from nearby villages?
That right there, they are not sure of, because I have examples of 2 bodies that were found, and we'll just say one of them was actually of a guy that they believed was a high-class individual. And, you know, being high-class, I don't think they'd voluntarily be like, hey, you know what? Cut my nipples off, hit me with the axe, you're good. You know, I'm done with life.